We have Boston Herald Patriots beat reporter Doug Kyed joining me. Doug, you've been covering the Patriots for so many years now. I mean, what exactly are these allegations involving Stefon Diggs that came out today?
Yeah, there's some pretty serious charges from his chef that they're felony strangulation charges, plus misdemeanor assault and battery. So obviously very serious charges against Stefon Diggs. His arraignment is not until January 23rd at this point. But yeah, obviously this affects Diggs quite a bit. It could obviously affect the Patriots. That's kind of a little bit more on the wayside right now. We're worried about Diggs and the alleged victim and everything. But yeah, it's really bad timing, obviously, for this to come out as well.
And what is the Patriots' official response so far, if any? And is their response to this surprising in any way, shape, or form?
Yeah, they said in their statement that they support Stefon Diggs, that he denies all allegations. So that's what they're saying at this point right now. This was an off day for the Patriots. So we'll talk to Mike Vrabel around 1:10 p.m. tomorrow. Mike Vrabel hasn't been asked about it yet. Ownership hasn't been asked about it yet just because they haven't been available. And then usually Wednesday's the day that Stefon Diggs talks in the locker room as well. We'll wait to see if we see him in there, if he does speak, if he just gives a statement once he's in there. But Stefon Diggs' agency, his lawyers, they've also supported Diggs and just passed along the message that he denies the allegations.
That makes sense. So was Tuesday today like their typical off day?
Yeah, they were in the facility yesterday to go over film from the game against the Jets. Then Tuesday's their off day. Then they're back in there Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
And in terms of, Mike Vrabel's transparency, speaking with the media, do you expect him to give you guys anything or any kind of indication tomorrow, or does he more stay mum when it comes to situations like this?
Yeah, I mean, the Patriots have been pretty fortunate so far this season to not have to deal with situations like this. So I'm curious to see how he does handle it. I would guess that he's probably going to be citing the statement that the Patriots released as much as possible. But, as far like he'll sometimes give us a little bit of information on injuries or other things that come up. So maybe he'll be a little bit more forthcoming than, let's say, like Bill Belichick would have been in this situation. Or there was a situation last year with Jabril Peppers, a very similar situation. And Gerard Mayo really didn't give us a lot of information about that as well. So curious to see how Vrabel handles this. But Diggs has so far been a great teammate for the Patriots. He's been great in the locker room. And this was pretty shocking news for this to come out, given how he's been so far this year for the team.
For sure. And in situations like this, what is the NFL's standard procedure when allegations like this surface mid-season or so late in the year? I mean, really right before the end of the season and before playoffs start.
Yeah, I just say with a Jabril Peppers situation, it's interesting that it's coming up a year later because with the Peppers situation, it was pretty similar. It was charges against Peppers, but his arraignment wasn't for a few months. But the NFL still put him on the commissioner's exempt list, which is essentially paid leave. And he was on that list for 7 games. And the only reason that he was taken off the list was because a normal suspension for those types of allegations is 6 games. So after 7 games, the NFL was just like, all right, we'll take him off the list since this is what he would have been suspended for anyway. So it could be a similar situation here with Diggs where the NFL could put him on the commissioner's exempt list until more information comes out or for a certain amount of time. And that's like what I was saying, where it's just obviously bad timing for the team. And there's other serious things in here as well. But obviously the team has to think about this too. Patriots are 1 game away from their postseason starting. And Stefon Diggs has been their best pass catching option all season. So this could have a pretty serious impact on them. They're also losing another wide receiver right now in Mac Hollins. So the timing couldn't be worse for the team in this situation.
Right. And listen, you're around this team every single day during the season, and you have been for years now. I mean, what are the key developments that you'll be watching for at the facility in the next 24 to 48 hours regarding Diggs?
Yeah, we'll see if he practices tomorrow. We'll see what Vrabel says first of all. We'll see if Diggs is in the locker room. Then it'll be at practice. We'll see if he's out there. And the NFL moved pretty swiftly with the Jabril Peppers situation, where I think it was only 4 days after allegations came out that they placed him on that commissioner's exempt list. So I would think that if the NFL is going to act and put him on that paid leave, it could come pretty swiftly. So that's something that we'll just have our eyes and ears peeled for as well. But The NFL released a statement today. They really weren't saying much. They said that they've been in contact with the team. They won't say anything else at this point. So feels like they're still kind of gathering information on this situation as well.
And listen, there's been a lot of different types of criminal cases and civil cases, but all kind of in the same realm as these particular allegations over the last few years in the league. Would you say that the league has shifted in the way that they handle allegations like these compared to how they did in the past?
Yeah, the commissioner's exempt list is, I think it's relatively new for situations like this that they can use in these types of situations where they don't have all of the information and it's really just allegations that are put out there. And in situations similar to this, where it might look bad for the league for a player to be on the field while he's getting charged with serious crimes. So I still just kind of look back at how the NFL handled it last year with Peppers. And obviously, I don't know which way the NFL is going to go with this. But since it's such a similar case where Peppers was charged with strangulation, he was charged with assault and battery, and he was placed on the commissioner's exempt list, it feels like that's probably the way this is trending. But if Diggs has his own evidence that he can give to the NFL, then obviously that could change things as well.
And again, in a situation where it is only allegations, I mean, as we saw with Jabril Peppers, who he ended up getting cleared of these charges, no. So, I mean, right now, as someone covering this, it's important, right, for you guys not to assume anything until more facts are given. Do you expect more to come out in the coming weeks? You said in January he'll be back in court?
Yeah, he'll be back in court for an arraignment on January 23rd. That's, I believe, 2 days before the AFC Championship game. So that's the next date that we'll really be looking for. I'm not sure how much more evidence is going to come out. Obviously, Diggs believes he's innocent. That's what he's told the team. That's what he's told his lawyers. That's what he's told his agent. So I'm not sure if he's going to provide any evidence on his own or even if that would be a smart thing to do at this point, because Jabril Peppers held off on all of that and then wound up getting cleared. So as far as a long-term outlook, that might be the way that Diggs could play this. But no, absolutely. Like you said, everyone's innocent until proven guilty. You don't want to assume that any of these things are or are not true. We only really have what's out there from the Dedham Police Department on what to go off of so far.